Hey guys, it's Melanie. Welcome back to another round of in-depth candle reviews. I hope your Wednesday is off to a great start. I am going to be sharing 3 more in-depth candle reviews throughout the day today. We're obviously kicking it off with Together Weather by Bath & Body Works first, but you'll also see some in-depth reviews from both Homeworks and Kringle as well. I have a little bit of a crazy work week this week. I am helping a girlfriend out with her floral orders this week. If you're new around here, I used to own my own floral design company for well over a decade. I have now moved on from doing that. I'm still doing floral orders here and there on the side. But it's been a while since I've done it full time, and this is one of my best girlfriends, and she is very short-staffed this week, so she needs another designer. So you guys, I'm hopping back in the old floral design saddle. If you're not following me on Instagram and you miss my floral stories over there, join me on Instagram this week and I'll show you guys what I'm up to. But being at her design studio all day means that I'm kind of limited on what I can film this week. The candle reviews are honestly just the easiest videos for me to film. That's why you're seeing a bunch of these go up this week. So anyway, like I said, if you're not subscribed yet, definitely subscribe, because boy, do I have some candle reviews for you. All right, we're gonna dive into this Together Weather here. I have to tell you, this is one of those rare fragrances that I honestly can't decide whether I like this fragrance or whether I dislike this fragrance. It's a really weird situation. Normally, I have very clear, distinct opinions about a scent. I either like it or I don't like it, and it's usually an immediate reaction. But this is one of those where I'm like, I kind of feel like I do like this, but then there's the other part that's like, no, I don't. Like, there's something in here that's just a little off to my nose. So I think I know why there's that part of me that doesn't care for this fragrance. So we're gonna dive into all that. So let's start with the fragrance description, the notes. I'll tell you what I smell. What this kind of reminds me of a little bit. We'll talk strength and throw, and then overall burn quality. Okay, so Bath & Body Works says that this smells like quality time with your favorite person. The fragrance notes are blushing breeze, sugared cardamom, and soft cedar. So I'm not sure exactly what a blushing breeze smells like. I don't feel like I get those around my house. Usually we don't deal with much of a breeze. We get the east wind, but that's a straight up wind. So anyway, here's the thing. When I first picked this one up in store, my immediate thought on cold sniff was, there's some sweater weather vibes here to my nose. Now, I'm not a huge fan of Bath & Body Works sweater weather myself. I just tend to, in general, not always enjoy fresh, eucalyptusy, aldehyde, certain ozone type fragrances. I don't know. I don't usually love them. And this one definitely gives you a little bit of a eucalyptus breeze. And man, eucalyptus is one of those fragrance notes that it's still left over from my floral design days. Like, I am still tired of smelling eucalyptus. I know I'm getting ready to smell a whole lot of it over the course of the next couple days here, so I'm kind of dreading that. I know most people really like that intense, fresh, clean type of fragrance note. They find it very spa-like, very zen. But to me, eucalyptus means hours and hours of work, backbreaking work, putting together wedding orders, because every bride wants eucalyptus, right? Like, that's the shade of greenery that most brides want, is kind of that like more sagey green. Don't you dare come in with an emerald greenery, because yeah, that's a hard pass for a lot of brides. They love them some sagey green. So yeah, eucalyptus basically just reminds me of work. So that was kind of a turn off when I first stuck my nose into this fragrance. Now, it's not just like a fresh, cool kind of eucalyptus breezy type note that I pick up in here. I do definitely smell that cardamom, and it is a slightly sweeter cardamom note. And I definitely smell some cedar in here. I like the cardamom. I like the cedar. The cedar is very soft. It's not an aggressive cedar note at all. Very pretty. This whole fragrance overall is kind of an interesting concoction that to my nose comes across a little fresh, a little perfumey, complex, but then also at the same time not in a way. This really gives me some borderline sweater weather vibes, and I think that part of the fragrance, that eucalyptus that I'm smelling in here, is kind of ruining it for me. But then the cardamom and the cedar kind of help to mitigate that a little bit. I think the moral of the story here is that this is not going to be a repurchase for me. I can tell you that. I do think that I'm going to go ahead and finish burning this one. It is pleasant. Listen, this is a pleasant fragrance. And I think it would make a kind of nice, interesting, more fresh type of fall fragrance. I do think the addition of the cedar definitely lends to it being a little bit more of a fall type fragrance. So that part of it makes sense. But I also kind of feel like this is a very room specific type of scent for me. So I have been burning this usually in the formal living room down here, but I think this actually makes a nicer like bathroom type fragrance. So I'm thinking of actually popping this one into the downstairs powder room. Here's the thing though, I'm wondering if it's gonna be a little bit too intense. I'll test it out. I'll let you guys know in the weekly home fragrance roundup at the end of this week. But I'm gonna pop this in the downstairs powder room and see if I like it a little bit more in there. I think that eucalyptus-y fresh type of component just lends itself to being a great bathroom type fragrance, I guess. I don't know. This is just something that I have in my own head, that eucalyptus should really be reserved for like certain rooms of the house. So yeah, strength and throw. Listen, I am not one of the people that had problem with the strength and throw here. I did look at some of the reviews that have been posted for this one. And there's a lot of people that said that their candle had absolutely zero strength and zero throw. I'm not dealing with one of those candles here. I would put the strength of this kind of between a 6 and a 7. And the throw is kind of between a 6 and a 7 as well. So it's not the strongest Bath & Body Works candle that I've ever had, but it's certainly noticeable. This is not an unscented candle. You know, and I don't know, I don't think that I personally would want more from this in terms of additional oomph, if you will. I think it's fine the way that it is. In fact, if this was even a little bit lighter, maybe I think I would enjoy it a little bit more. I don't know. Obviously, this is not in my usual fragrance wheelhouse. Listen, I am a pumpkin girly at heart. I love gourmands. I love fruity fragrances. I also happen to enjoy a perfumey scent every now and then, and this is kind of in the perfumey category, but I think it falls into the perfumey fresh category, and as such, it's just not ever going to be the type of fragrance that I'm going to be raving about myself. So that being said, I want to know what you guys think about this one in terms of the scent and what the strength and throw has been with yours. Also, let me know if you enjoy the body care, if you picked up the body care. I want to know. Burn quality, listen, so far so good. I don't have any complaints about the burn as of yet. I am just coming into the halfway mark with this burn that I'm doing here today, and so far so good. This does have the thicker wicks that I anticipate potentially giving me some issues here with the next few burns, but we'll see. I'm gonna have a really hard time crocking this one, so if this one duds out on me, this will probably be one of those candles that I just end up tossing into the empties bin. Yeah, I I'm not one to return candles once I have gone past the halfway point with them, for sure. If a candle is difficult during the first 2 burns, I will happily exchange that for something else. But if I've burned something like halfway, I'm not taking that back. Like, this is why I have my candle crocks. I will usually just enjoy the fragrance in crock format. But again, this is not the type of scent that I typically go for. So I don't know that I want this in the background constantly for like a week or a week and a half. So yeah, definitely a fragrance that I'm personally not completely sold on, but I do think a lot of you guys might like this one. Listen, I know a lot of people who watch my videos who really love fresher fragrances, and if that is you, I would actually encourage you to check this one out because I think you might really like it. But for me, that blushing breeze component is just, it's gonna be a hard pass. So I will enjoy what's left here, and then, you know, we'll move on to something else. So thank you guys so much for being here. Let me know if you have any questions. Leave your opinions in the comments section down below. This candle is now on a pretty significant sale. I feel like they are starting to clearance out some fall things. So if you want this one, it's currently on sale for $10.78. So I don't know, get yourself a good deal if you're interested. So I'll link it down below. It looks like it's available for shipping, and I looked at the stores in my area. It's also available still in store at most of the locations around me. So, all right. Thank you guys again for being here. I will see you in the next video, which will go up in a few hours, and we will be talking about a Homeworks fall scent. So I'll see you in that video. Take care. Toodaloo.